Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. I'm part of Jasmine's Eternal Circle now, as that's my business name. I do channeled tarot, and I'm going to be doing that for you guys today. I have brought out 3 decks. We are going to look at July as a month. So you're going to be picking one of the decks I have for you that I have set out. Okay, and then I'm going to draw 4 cards. These 4 cards will represent the 4 weeks of the month. So I'm just going to pan my camera down so that way you guys can see what decks we have. Okay, first we have the Fairy Tarot right here, and then we have the Crystal Spirit Oracle, and we have Dreams of Gaia. So you go ahead and pick which one resonates with you first, and then I'm going to shuffle and pull your cards for you. Okay, and as always, you can always pause this video just to kind of take a little bit more time if you need to. Okay, so those are the 3 decks I'll be using today. I'm going to probably start with the Fairy Tarot. And we'll start with that. We'll see what the 4 weeks of July bring you. I hope everyone has been doing well and has been able to find some balance. You know, work and play, they have to be balanced. Okay, what's coming for you? The first week we have the 7 of Wands, okay? So this is a time of small victories for you. Whatever has happened at the end of June is now carrying over for your first week of July. Okay, still some things that are small victories coming through. So whether that's victories with your business or victories personally for personal growth, or even if it's a victory for financial aspect of things, or just moving forward and ahead. Okay, because up to that point there's been a lot of turbulence for you, and now things are kind of starting to mesh and work a little bit more cohesively. Okay, the second week of June we have 7 of Swords. Okay, this will be the week where you're going to be kind of reassessing and taking a little bit more of a look internally. And what I mean by that is that it's not that you don't like to be around other people, it's just that it's time for you to kind of take some time and see where you want things to go. Okay, so planning it out and organizing it is what I'm hearing. Okay, so they want you to do that planning and organizing. They want you to get things ready. Okay, but that's going to require some self-sacrifice on your part. Okay, whether that's sacrificing relaxation time in front of the TV, whether or not that's sacrificing some family time. Okay, these are aspects that you need to consider if you are planning to continue to move forward in what you are doing prospect wise. Okay, because in the third week we have you moving forward. This is the Chariot. So for the third week, it looks like by the organization and by the small victories and triumphs and you organizing and planning and maybe creating a little bit more, creating more, I'm hearing content, whether that has to do with creating more like, dear Lord, creating more, creating more creative pieces or writings or perhaps even enlarging your services, okay, in that kind of aspect. This is very business geared so far, and this is about you moving forward and conquering that side of business. Okay, so you're going to take those plans and those organizations, even though you've had to kind of like squirrel yourself away for a little bit in order to plan this, and you're going to be moving forward with it. The last week we have is the Four of Swords. Okay. You might feel that things are going to be a little bit stagnant, even though you've pushed forward with what you've been doing prospect-wise. But you need to give it some time to simmer and brew. Impatience is not going to help your matter or your cause. Okay, you need to have patience. Okay, the stagnation happens when things kind of just are new, okay, and we have to get kind of comfortable with the idea of, okay, well, we've created something new, we've enlarged our services, or we've done something more drastic, or what have you, and it's so much as just waiting for that to come into effect. And right now it's a waiting game, okay? End of the month is going to be a bit of a waiting game. And I'm hearing that you're going to be waiting maybe even a week or so even after that, okay? But keep doing what you're doing, all right? Keep pushing through. Keep having those plans and creative thoughts and flows and ideas. Keep pushing through and keep doing what you're doing. Eventually, everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out. All right. The second deck is the Crystal Spirit Oracle, so we'll check what's going on for your month of July if you've picked this deck. So we have the Cypress Green quartz as your first week. Okay, I'm hearing abundance is coming through. Keep your mind focused on the task at hand, okay? You seem to be bouncing around a lot this week. So trying to get yourself focused a little bit more in what you want as an outcome for either said business or relationship or social situations that you're going through right now. But abundance is the key word that's coming through for this one. So even manifesting intent as well for this week, for the first week of July, would probably be your best bet. If you've been thinking about some kind of form of abundance or gain, pushing that intent out there into universe to see it come forth. Okay. The second week we have black tourmaline. Okay. So taking any negative emotions or negative feelings that you've been holding on to and letting them go. They're not going to serve you any purpose. Okay. Any connections that have seemed to been dragging you down, okay, are connections that you don't need to be around or be involved in at this time of moment either. Okay, this is for the second week of July. Okay, so very important that you release that negativity, release the negativity socially, aspect-wise. If you need to change your environment or even clean your environment, say smudging it or using some other things to kind of energetically clean it, that might be helpful too. Even cleansing yourself with sage too, that can help with your own energy too. Okay, so letting go of negativity, kind of letting go of any kind of negative mental responses or kind of like mental emotions that are coming up that are negative towards you. Okay, letting that go. Any connections that have been kind of dragging you down or haven't been really supportive, maybe taking a step back or just not communicating with them at all at that point. Okay. For the third week of July, I have fluorite. The third week of July, a very balancing week. Okay, so things are starting to integrate back to where they normally would be for you. Okay, I'm feeling more stability, more calm. Okay. And they're showing me a scale that's been balanced. So to me, it's pretty much that you've kind of dealt with that negativity the week before, and then having to finally be able to balance that for yourself. Okay, so being able to balance your emotions, being able to balance your environment and your own energies as well. Okay. That's all I'm getting from that one. For your fourth week, we have carnelian. Okay. There's a lot of, I'm hearing the word passion coming through. So there's a lot of passion coming up for this fourth week, whether it's to do with creation of some sort, or passion involving another person. Okay, you can be passionate for another person, not necessarily romantically, but you can be passionate for another person platonically as well. Passionate about the work that you do, passionate about who you are, okay, and being able to shine that through, okay, through what you are doing on the day-to-day basis, okay. So this is, the last week is really about you and you shining and being able to be passionate about what you do, who you are, and who you associate with, okay. So reaching that kind of equal balance scale on the third week, and then finally shining right on through for the fourth week of July. Very nice, by the way. Very nice. Alright, on to the last deck. Okay, this is your deck. We're doing this one. Woohoo! Almost lost them all. I need bigger hands. That's what I need, bigger hands. Oh, okay. That message clearly might be for you. Okay. Third week of July. Fourth week. Okay. So for the first one, okay, we have 7 of air. Okay. A lot of regrowth and knowledge coming through for this one. Okay. A time of relearning or learning is at hand. Okay. So whether that has to do if you're learning spiritually or if you're learning for personal growth reasons, this is what's coming up for the first week of July, okay? I have more of a feeling that this has to do with more of a personal growth or a personal change coming through for you. It's been an ongoing thing for a while, a lot of back and forth. Like a decision that hasn't been clearly made or resolved yet. Okay. For the second week, we have the 7 of water. Okay. I hear the repetitive word of release. So I think that goes hand in hand with the whole knowledge bit. So releasing fears, releasing being, like, the feeling of being held back, okay? And coming to an acceptance of truly yourself, which is why this card has fallen out, okay? You need to take a good look at self, and take a look at what things need to change, what things need to stay, okay? Kind of flow with the change that you are wanting. If that's meaning leaving a current relationship, or leaving a bad habit behind, okay, these are the things that are coming to terms, or what's coming up anyways, is what I'm being shown. So for you, that release, that negative field around you, you're going to be releasing that the second week of July, okay? As you come into more of an acceptance of yourself as you grow. Whether or not that's releasing even memories of said traumas or the said past that you've been through, okay? It's still a growth process. You're still releasing that, moving forward, okay? The third week, we have the 10 of air, or 10 of fire. Well, it doesn't matter. I say it doesn't matter, really. Only because of the fact that, I don't go by the book, right? This change that is coming for the personal aspect of yourself is a change where alignment will be made, okay? It'll be something that you needed in order to progress, in order to move forward. And stop hiding who you are, and be accepting of who you are as well, is a big piece here, especially if you're looking for that type of alignment, and that specific kind of energy to kind of keep you going, okay? Kind of like a reboot, if you may. Like a shift of perspectives, a shift of ideas, a shift of thoughts mentally. So it's a good thing that you are releasing what you're releasing in order to promote this alignment that is necessary for you. Okay. The last card is the 10 of Earth. Okay. Which goes in hand with what I just said about truly accepting the new you, the you of who you are, okay? Even though with the past is in the past, it doesn't dictate who we are now, okay? You are coming to a realization of that, okay? And you're ready to take your mask off and be able to show the world who you truly are, okay? Slowly but surely, okay? I'm not saying that you're going to be like, woohoo, look at me. What I'm saying is that slowly but surely you're going to open up to others around you, possibly open up to others around you about your situation that you've been through as well. And at the same time, okay, you're going to realize who the people around you, which ones you can rely on and which ones kind of float off in the distance, okay? Just by them revealing their true colors, and by revealing their thoughts on the whole situation itself, on how you're feeling and how you're dealing with it, how you're coming to terms, how you're moving forward, okay? you'll get a sense and an idea of who your strongest allies are going to be while you go through this process of personal growth. Okay. Don't be afraid to show who you truly are either, because who you truly are, I have a feeling you're very beautiful. Okay, you're a very beautiful soul. All right, you've been through some not so great stuff. All right, and you're dealing with it the best way that you can, and coming up with the solutions the best way that you think are the best solutions for how you're going to be dealing with it. Okay, so really, you should be relying on yourself 100%. It's nice to have the support system around you, but you're also that much stronger for relying on yourself too. Okay? So take that time during July to learn, relearn, release, align, and acceptance of yourself, and show others who you truly are. Okay? And for the last part, I'll do a collective pull from my the Soul Journey Oracle. Very beautiful deck, made by James Van Praagh. He's a medium. If you don't know who he is, check him out. I have great respect for him. Let's see. The energy for July for everybody. This one. Okay. I've picked up guilt. It says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay, very beautiful. So, any guilt about you moving forward in any direction that you choose, whether it's personal growth, whether it's business related, whether it's relationship, okay, whether it's financial, what have you, don't have guilt about doing what you need to do in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish. All right, very important. It's important so that way you can move on, all right, without having others dictate what you should and should not be doing, okay, and not having that guilt of, I should listen to them. It's not about them. This is your journey. So for July, remember, this is your journey. This is where you're supposed to be going, nobody else. And if you're doing it by yourself, kudos to you. If you got a support system, even better. You know, it's just one of those things. Don't carry that guilt of thinking that someone is going to look at you differently for what you're going to be doing, for what you're going to be accomplishing. It's none of their business. Okay? So, release the guilt and move on. All right? So there you have it, folks. That's July for you. I hope that you enjoyed this spread. Remember, if you want your own personal reading, just feel free to message me or DM me through my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook, all my names have changed to Jasmine's Eternal Circle, and shortly I'll be having my website up, so that way you guys can check that out too. All right, I hope you all have a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and much positivity and warmth to you all.